Okay guys, welcome back to Campbell Technology Department this term. Things are obviously going slightly differently than what we had first anticipated, but this project was on your near horizons anyway. This project is looking at structures and also your suitability for GCSE. Coming up very shortly is going to be our subject selection, and what we're trying to do is focus on a few different areas, and Mr. Campbell's going to allude to those now.
Okay, so of course, as you all know, GCSE selections will be very soon, as Mr. Young has just alluded to, and we want to make sure you guys are well prepped for this. So this is something that we've been doing for the last couple of years, where we set a GCSE style project to help you guys to make good decisions as you move towards the choices. So with this here project, what we're thinking about is obviously it's a structured project, so there's a little bit of theory with that will help you expand your knowledge of structures, but also that there will allow us to develop that nicely onto a practical side of things, where we're able to actually allow you to do a practical if necessary at home, because you'll have all the right equipment at home. It's very accessible and will allow you to enjoy that there sort of blended side of practical and theory.
Okay gents, just to try and help you navigate your way through this project, what we've done is we've set up a GCSE structured assignment on Firefly. So if you go onto the Year 10 tree, where all your previous projects are, you'll see this one just here. Now to try and help you, what you'll do is you'll find this video underneath the theory preparation section, and if you scroll down you'll see us just at the top here, and what we have for you at this stage is two videos. We would like you to watch these two videos and make notes, maybe some sketches, maybe some just brief annotation alongside that. And then down below it again here, you have a link which will take you to technologystudent.com. This is a website that we would use frequently at GCSE, and that's to teach you some basics about structures. From here, all we're looking for is a page of A4 notes, a couple of sketches, just starting to focus in on triangulation and different things like that. Okay. If we go back now to the next part of this task then, you're going to be consolidating that theory. Now we're not going to let you see that just yet, because ultimately then you'll see what's actually being asked of you. But there's a wee Q&A here, and we're just going to simply work that through with you and set as a very, very simple theory task, okay? And that will probably be week 2 of this assignment. Week 3 of this assignment is building on what you've already done this year, and this year we've already covered design. So if we click on A3 design page, you can do this page in one of two ways. One, you can simply just look at the page and have a blank A4 page in front of you, or alternatively, if you want, you can print this off in your printer at home and sketch onto it from there. Some of you may even want to try and do it differently and try and use an iPencil and do some Adobe Sketch on top of that instead, as what you were doing with me earlier on this term anyway. Okay. What you can see here on the screen at this stage is a very simple drawing, and what we have here is two surfaces, and all we're looking to try and do is try and build a structure that will go across the two surfaces and then support a weight in the middle of that structure. Now you will know this as a bridge, but there is many different ways that this can possibly be done. Okay, and then we're going to discuss the rest of that when it comes to the manufacture.
Okay gents, so what's this going to look like practically whenever we get started? So as you can see, this is a video that was taken last year from Mr. McRae's class whenever they were testing. I'm just going to let this play in the background and it will give us some talk. So you can see here from this bridge, this is made from spaghetti, just household spaghetti that you'll be able to use in pasta you'll be able to buy in the shop. And it spans a gap of 250 mil. And what you'll be able to do is just using masking tape and the spaghetti and pasta, you will design a bridge. Now you'll be allowed no more than one packet of pasta per bridge, and that allows you to set a fair limitation. So there's how it will work. What will happen here, you can see we had sort of designed stuff and got stuff from physics that we were able to test it using weights and kilogram weights. You obviously won't have that sort of equipment at home, but this could very easily be a spoon at home. Put across that, and then a piece of string going down with a plastic bag, and we will sort of give you a guidance to what material you'll be able to use closer to the time. So really, really nice. Everybody really enjoyed this, and the actual practicalities of them worked out. It gave people a really good idea to how to gauge their ability to move on to GCSE, because the tasks that we set within this here really allow you to be challenged at your own level, and also sort of question yourself to whether there's something you want to take any further. Okay, so to make it a little bit more interesting, what we're going to do this time, and we haven't done this in the year previous, we're going to turn this task into a house competition. I know house competitions have been hard to come by this year due to the restrictions with COVID, and as you know, in previous years we have done house technology, which has allowed us to do very similar things to this here, only in school. So what I want you to do when you are saving your work and submitting your photographs and your work, I want you to make sure you don't only put your name on it, but also your house. What the technology teachers will then do is they will choose the best bridge and structure from each house: Alden's, Allison's, Davis's, Dobbin's, School, Yates's and Price's, and we will make sure that each of you guys will have the best bridge from each house. We will then rank those 1 to 7, and the house points will be allocated to the house depending on it. And don't worry, the other technology teachers are there to regulate my bias towards Davis's house. Don't be worrying about anything towards that, gentlemen. Okay, so what are we going to assess? Number 1, the quality of the build will be looked at. Number 2, the amount of spaghetti used. Okay, remember it's 1 pack, and you need to remember to weigh your bridge before you start testing, because for example, if a 200 gram bridge was able to hold 10 kilograms, but yet a 50 kilogram bridge was able to hold 3 kilograms, there's a correlation there. So obviously the more spaghetti, the more it'll be able to hold. So we want to make sure that it's fair. Also what we need to do is the amount of masking tape used. You shouldn't be using an enormous amount of masking tape, just 1 roll, make sure no more than that there. And the aesthetic nature of the bridge, okay, so how well it looks is going to be great as well. So 4 criteria that we'll be marking as your teachers, and we'll be putting that together, and we will sort of give you a little bit further guidance to how to submit that closer to the time.
Thanks, Mr. Campbell, for that one. Yes, as Mr. Campbell says, it's all competition, but what's competition without a little bit of fun? So here's my challenge to you. As you see here, the structure up on the screen was able to suspend a total weight of 10 kilograms and also then 483 grams on top of that. So once you have completed your tasks for your teacher, you've taken your photographs, you've drawn your sketches, you've sent them all on Firefly, the last thing that I want you to then do is I want you to test your bridge to breaking. I want to see how much your structure can actually support. So if we can surpass 10 kilos through 1 packet of spaghetti and 1 masking tape roll, that'll be a real achievement. So I want to see how you get on with that. Just to conclude on what we've kind of been saying here this morning, these are uncertain times. We've no idea when you'll be back into the college at present, and what we're looking to try and do is give you blended learning. By completing this task, from the idea, from the theory to the design, the question and answer, and even the practical and the conclusion, this is you fulfilling your blended learning for the technology department. So instead of setting you 6 or 7 multiple choice, multiple question tasks, we're setting you 1 challenge. And this challenge is going to help you in your GCSE selection later on into the term, but also, let's be honest, it's a bit of fun, okay? And that's what was important here. So above all, stay safe and hopefully catch you soon.